So you were telling me that you were this weekend on a show or something like that.
Yeah. I was performing with the Lizard Kings. I was playing drums for them, and all last minute, the opening band ended up canceling. So I called my brothers from South Arsenal and a few other guys, so we could do some Sabbath tunes, some Black Sabbath. Like, hey, let's do like a 40-minute set, and it was pretty wild. Like, that's amazing how my brother and Fernando and Sergio, they're great musicians, and we pulled it off. We haven't played in 3 years, so we played in front of a crowd and everything. It was pretty wild.
Wild.
But yeah, that was what I was,
Joliet.
Yeah, in Joliet at the Forge. Yeah, it was fun.
Cool.
Yeah, so stuff like that.
And you're enjoying the summertime then in Chicago.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah, I like to go to the beach and all that.
Yes, I didn't.
Wear black.
Yeah, with black, of course. Of course, I love your shirt, by the way. And yeah, we were talking about that behind before starting the show. That we were talking about Ozzy and like at what time you started listening to the tunes and starting getting into the metal scene.
It was kind of hard for me to get into metal where I grew up. I grew up in back of the yards, Chicago, and partially Gage Park. There was nothing but like the influence was gang life. I was actually in the process of being a gangbanger and all that.
No way.
Yeah, definitely. And I remember my cousin. He came from León, Guanajuato, and he was a metalhead. And he told me, he's like, hey, why are you always listening to like all this like gangster rap and get out of that lifestyle. You should really listen to some real music. I'm like, what? There's nothing better than this, And he's like, yo, well, he had a bootleg cassette, and it had Heaven and Hell and Black Sabbath. It was Heaven and Hell and Paranoid by Black Sabbath. He's like, choose one. Which one you want to play? Which one you want to hear? And I like the guy with the sword. So it was Black Sabbath, Paranoid, and I think the first track was War Pigs. And that blew my mind. I was just like, wow,
And they start playing with that song in the shows, right?
Yeah.
War Pigs. They start with War Pigs.
Yeah, so to me, I was blown away of how I never heard anything like that because I didn't have access to that kind of music. I didn't have the money. Back in the day, there was no resources like we have now. Like, you could go online and listen to all kinds of music. Back then, you actually had to go buy the copy or a bootleg, and I didn't have money for any of them. So it was cool to like witness new music, and it was all thanks to him, So he had everything in there. He had Deep Purple. All the old school AC/DC, Dio, Iron Maiden, stuff like that. So.
Oh, he saved your ass, man.
Yes, he did. Me and my brothers, we were like going towards that lifestyle, So.
And you're the older than your brothers?
Yeah, I'm the oldest one.
And so you're like the influence for your brothers also?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I guess so.
Awesome. So you grab this homie Isaac and your brothers and start a band. Tell me everything about that.
Yeah, this project, South Arsenal, we started in 2013. The band, I think, is like almost it's 12 years old, going on, I think 13. I don't know if I'm doing the math right. I lost count. Right?
No worries. It happens to me all the time. I can imagine that it was for me like yesterday, the 90s, and now it's been like 26 years.
yeah, time's been going fast.
So yeah, I don't blame you.
It was cool. I was in another band called Veils of Darkness. We broke up, and I wanted to do something new. And me and Gabriel were actually looking for some members. And my brother was already, jamming with the drummer, Isaac. And we didn't really take my little brother seriously. He's young. I don't even know if he's that good. We didn't pay attention to him. And me and Gabriel, we were talking about possibly, naming guitar players, like, oh, who should be our other guitar player? Oh, maybe this guy, maybe this guy. And we were at my mom's house, and we just heard somebody shredding downstairs. I'm like, who the fuck is that? I'm like, who the fuck is shredding downstairs? And I'm like, I go down there, and it's him.
No
He's
way.
14 or 15, right? And I'm like,
No
what the
shit,
hell?
14.
I'm like, how'd you learn all this shit? Well, I just been practicing, and he was playing Dead Clock, the band Dead Clock. And the solo was pretty hard. It was like, sweeps and all kinds of stuff. And I was really impressed. I was like, what the hell? I'm like, we don't need to look anywhere else. This is our guy. And he's like, well, I've been jamming with Isaac. They had a song already. So we went over there. We went over there with him. It was a small little garage. It was hot as hell. And we just started jamming. And we wrote our first song called The New Wine. Yeah. So.
NOI?
The New Wine. Yeah. So that's how we started. And now my little brother actually produces most of the South Arsenal songs, and then the writing and everything. And we record everything ourselves. He records everything, and we all write our parts, of course, but he's producing everything. And my little brother became the actual main key of the band,
Yeah, I see you guys have everything set up, great lighting and your consoles and everything. So you guys are doing your own way. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, we figured it out. He's the one that figured it out. We used to go to expensive studios and all that, and don't get me wrong, it's amazing if you got the money to do all that, and I recommend you do it that way, of course.
Yeah.
But we decided to do it our own way this time, and it's working out. So, and I like it better. I feel more comfortable, as my brother being the producer. So.
I see you guys had a new production. Yeah, you had like the South Arsenal that I heard before. The song that I like from you is the Green Motel.
Green Motel.
Yeah, I like that one from the old one, and this new one I like the Convulsion Certainly.
Convulsion Certainly. Yeah.
Really good. So
that's my little brother singing. Yeah,
No.
I'm not singing in that track. Yeah. So it's
and great guitars.
And he's playing guitar and singing on that song. I told him, why don't you do it? Because he wrote it, and I'm just like, you should sing. You should give me a break, because I'm like screaming like the whole album. That's from our first album, by the way, Big Hoax. Mm-hmm. It's available on all platforms. You guys can go check it out. And it's one of my favorite songs, because I don't get to sing, so it's good. So like, and he has to. We have a new track that we're working on with my other brother. He's gonna be singing it. So eventually all three of us are gonna be singing for South Arsenal, which is cool, something different.
I like it, like it's a family band, I didn't know. I didn't even know you had brothers.
Yeah, they're my guitar players.
And I met you when you were playing in a side project called Favelas, because we hang a lot with our friends here in Chicago, and I met you because Hector and Mari and all them. So they were doing shows, and they were working with Favelas, and Lalo was there. Greetings to Lalo and to Mari and Hector. They're so nice with us. And I met you, and I remember that I told you, hey, you have anything else like besides heavier besides Favelas, because Favelas is party. And we were like, yes. And I get to know South Arsenal. So tell me a little bit about your influences and the name.
Definitely Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath, a lot of the thrash bands, Megadeth, Exodus, a lot of Korn, a lot of group metal, Korn, Sepultura, Fate No More. To go off, we love Fate No More. We love Mr. Bungle. We like a lot of weird stuff like that. They love Dream Theater. I personally don't like them.
You don't?
Much. No.
What?
But they love it. They love to make the songs difficult because of them. I don't understand it. Yeah, Dream Theater is like a math band, you know, like
it's a math band. It's like Tool, another math band.
They like, you know, you gotta count a lot, and you gotta. I'm like, guys, I'm playing and singing at the same time. You guys can't be doing this to me. So imagine, like, I gotta pay attention to my right hand a lot, and while I'm singing different, and then you gotta count because for some reason they think that's cool. I'm a punk guy. I've always been more of a punk guy, you know. So they're the real technical, you know,
got it.
part of theories, the whole, you know, music theory and timing and all that good stuff. I don't even know.
But it's working. I mean, and like it's good that it's family and you guys like if you have not, like those issues with the bands that they leave the project and it's a little bit different in family. Tell me how's that? Tell me like a typical day between you.
It's great. It wasn't always perfect, but for the most part, having my three brothers and Isaac's been really good to work with. He's like another brother pretty much. So yes, we have gotten into that. Actually, when we were gonna release our first album, Big Hoax, we were actually thinking about breaking up, like right after releasing the album, because we were just going through some really rough times. It was post-COVID, so I don't know. We weren't at the right place at that time, you know. So, but we worked it out, and we're still together. So, still the same members. Nothing has changed, and it's been 12 years now. So, that's that says that we're pretty united.
Yeah.
And we try to work through it. So.
Yes, that's what it is. Yeah, I'm so sad with those great projects, and we're like, no, that's sad, man. No.
Yeah, we try to put egos aside.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of egos, and I said, or I'm a believer that egos are good, because if you're good, it's good to have one, and as long as it's a healthy ego, I don't care.
Yeah.
But like make it work with other people around, no?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah, but yeah, sometimes it could be a bad one too, you know. So, but we try to be equal, everybody, and try to understand that it's not just one person's band; it's everybody. So it works out good. So.
And how do you get to discover this place? We're in the rock spot, and like it's my second time here, guys. And it's a building that outside looks like a factory or something. Like you will never expect there is people rehearsing music inside or anything. And you just get in, and there is a bunch of gray spaces. And how do you find this place, and how do you start getting to get your beautiful stuff that you have here in your studio?
We found out about this place by our drummer Isaac. His brother's friend was looking to share a room here. He's like, I can't pay for the room. I need to share it with somebody. And we came and we checked it out and we loved it. And we were like, oh yeah, sure. So we were in the first floor for a while, and we were there. But eventually this room came available, and we wanted just to be by ourselves. We didn't want to share the room anymore. So we came up here and just made it our own. I didn't want to be with other people anymore. So, but yeah,
yes,
we've been here for 8 years now. I think 8 or 7 years, something like that.
7 years. It's been so long. This place.
Yeah. It's this place. I think.
And tell me the scene in Chicago, man. I didn't have the chance to grow up here. I I have FOMO. I wanted to know how it's like growing up with this culture, and when you were like a child, and sharing with people in back of the years and all that, and then you switched to metal. Like, tell me all that.
Well, the scene in Chicago is great. I think we obviously still playing it, right? But I've been in the scene since I was 15 or 14, I think. And it's been changing ever since, you know. But back when we started, there wasn't really a lot of opportunities. And you had to create your own. So we started off doing shows in backyards and stuff like that. And then we met our friends from Swear to God. I don't know if you guys still remember that band, but they're great. They played last year with us, and they're apparently gonna come back. So hopefully we get to see them again.
Cool.
Our first show with them, they decided, yo, let's do a big kegger. It's a legendary old school basement called the Dungeon of Doom, and it was funny because the show was 9 bands, 2 stages, 4 kegs of beer, barbecue, and none of that happened. Everybody canceled. All the bands canceled.
Oh,
no
no.
barbecue, 1 keg, and just my band, my old band, Children of the Past, and Swear to God played, and that was it.
Oh.
But it was it was packed.
Okay.
People went, and we were like, yo, we could do this underground stuff, you know. So we started, you know, doing more stuff like that. We done it all, even with South Arsenal. Like we played in really sketchy places. There's this place called Mount Happy. I don't know if you guys remember that in the Chicago scene. Mount Happy, awesome people and everything, but like the basement that we were all playing in, it was like full of asbestos and stuff like that. So it's just like it was so unhealthy. But we were still like, you know, doing it. And to this day, South Arsenal is still playing, you know, shows like that. We were never like, oh, we're too good for that stuff. Not now. We still do it. Or if you guys go watch our music video Frail, that's we filmed that at a house. It was a house party, and it was great. It was so packed, and people couldn't even get in the house anymore. The basement and the top was filled, and this house was shaking, and I was just like, man, we're gonna destroy. Shout out to Rich. It was his house.
Shout out to
We're
Rich.
gonna destroy his house, and he didn't care. He's like, if it falls down, it falls down.
Oh, no.
Play on. I'm like, all right, man. Okay. So you go check out the music video, South Arsenal Frail.
I'm gonna put the video around here. I'm gonna put it. No problem. I can get it. Yeah.
And we did that 3 years ago, 2023. Yeah. And it was awesome. It was my birthday too.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
No
I
way.
was like, even in the video, you see me like taking shots of whiskey and tequila and all kinds of stuff. It was so much fun.
So much fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I'm gonna have this one that you just gave me.
Sure.
And let's get a little bit more personal. Speaking about drinks, you said behind cameras that you weren't drinking anymore, right? You're
Yes.
sober, totally
Yes.
sober.
I'm 1 year's going to 6 months sober.
Awesome.
Yeah. So like, you know, yeah, I got to a point in an age that I wanted to start looking out for my health, you know, because I'm not getting younger, and I need to really push myself to be healthier. That way I'll be able to, you know, rock on for longer, you know. So I decided to, you know, I set myself a goal to get healthier and get better. And eventually I'll be back, guys. Don't worry about it.
How old are you? You're like 25?
I don't know. I wish. I wish. But yeah, I am 39 right now.
Oh, you're a baby.
39 is the new 29.
Yeah, I got married when I was 38.
Really?
I was a baby.
Wow.
Yeah. This is a good age.
Yeah, it's a good age, I guess.
Yes. I'm glad that that your cousin was he came from Mexico.
Yeah, from Mexico,
to show
from
you
León, yeah.
The bangers.
Yeah, he showed me everything,
Yeah.
you name it. I could go on, you know. But Hendrix, it just blew my mind, and I was just like, I didn't know there was such thing like that, you know. So besides the Beatles, I did listen to the Beatles.
Yeah, of course, me too.
But yeah, you know, we just didn't have the money or you know, to buy or to hear new music, So
that was different. Nowadays, I just checked your Bandcamp. I actually want to buy the album from the Bandcamp. It's convenient, so convenient. But it's like I don't know. People have this division and between downloading music and platforms or getting the actual hard copy. Yeah, I think it's very nostalgic to have the hard copy or to have a vinyl. And either way, I think it's easier for people and for international connections and all that to have the ability to download your copy as well.
Yeah, I think they're both great. Me personally, I'd rather have the vinyl. The vinyl or CD, honestly, I don't have CDs anymore. But it was kind of similar to a vinyl. You open it up and there's the artwork, there's the lyrics, there's pictures of the band. And it made it like, I don't know, with vinyl, I sit down and I listen to the whole thing, You flip it over, old school, and I just think you are more connected to it, when you own it and you have it in your hands. My opinion, right? But it's also great, to be able to download the album and all that stuff as well. I ain't got nothing against that either because I do that myself. So, but yeah, like every time I go to shows now, I try to buy everybody's T-shirt. Mm-hmm. If they got a vinyl, I'll buy it. I try to support every band that I see and that I like. So, yeah, I just feel like they're walking arts. They probably won't release any.
They invest so much creativity on that.
Yeah.
And it's like a souvenir. It's like a connection with your fans. Mm-hmm. Like T-shirt, that identity that you create.
Yeah.
And someone wearing your identity is so much cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially like with the underground bands, with the local bands. You never know, right? If they'll make those T-shirts or or have any vinyls available again. So I try to buy and support everybody. So.
Yeah, me too. I wanted to have it all, and I trying to remember that we were talking something back the cameras, and I was like, please don't tell me we're not recording here, and I totally forgot what was it. I'm trying to remember, but eventually it's gonna pop out. I was talking about my trip here to Chicago and how happy I was to see you guys again. The last time we had the chance to see Favelas, your other project, and it was so much fun seeing you guys because you were really working on your music, and we were like, we are here, and everybody's working their stuff, and it was really good to see all that behind the scenes. For me, it's magnificent. I probably didn't have the chance to see you this year because you guys are not performing or anything.
No, we just both Favelas. We just finished our recording 5 singles. Mm. We released one called Acapulco Sky. You can go check it out. It's on every platform. And this month we're releasing another song called Side Effect. So we're releasing singles for right now. That's what we're concentrating on, and we're writing new music. As far as shows, we haven't really thought about booking anything yet. But we did have a release party, our listening party for all the 5 singles. In Pilsen Vintage. Shout out to Maggie that she hooked it up. She hooked it up with the venue and everything. And it was great. We had a good time.
I think I see something on Facebook.
I just love that everybody, shows their love and support. And she was awesome for letting us use her place, and it was cool. I loved it. Yeah. So.
What has been your favorite venue that you performed with either band? Your time.
I'm thinking because there's been a lot of cool venues, but I guess for me the best one was the Congress Theater.
The Congress Theater?
Yeah. You guys remember the Congress Theater? I was very young. I was 16, 17. we opened up for leprosy from Mexico.
Leprosy.
And it was like, that's when I knew that this is what I always wanted. That's why it's so special to me, because that's how I knew that I always that I was going to do this for the rest of my life. We went up on stage, and it was a big stage, and it was a lot of people, and they went nuts for us. They started moshing, and I was just like, wow. And I've been searching for that rush, again.
Any videos,
No,
nothing?
This was in 2006? No. Earlier, 2003, 2002. No, 2002. Yeah, I think it was 2003, 2004, something like that.
Before COVID.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. It was almost more than 20 years ago. So back in the day, nobody had they had the flip phones, with the little camera.
The clamshell phone.
Yeah, there's no such thing.
And everybody trying to record the videos with the VGA camera.
Yeah, it was different times. Yeah. Everybody was still using the camcorder.
And they have the portable cameras and yeah.
But I say that the Congress Theater was pretty gnarly, But we've been in great stages, all kinds of stages. Like even with Favelas, we were at the Scandalo Fest. That was pretty amazing too,
Scandalo Fest?
Yeah. That was the stage. I've never played it. It's kind of like a stage like at the ones at Lollapalooza. So I've never played in a big stage like that. So that was pretty amazing. And but for me it was the Congress Theater. That's probably my favorite one.
That was your top-notch moment.
Yeah. There's a lot of them though, but like for me that's the one that was more meaningful. And yeah.
Because you were younger, were in a stage of your life that you were figuring it out, and then you just fall in love with that.
Yeah, I was like, I can't believe like this. Our music is doing this, So ever since then, we haven't stopped. So yeah, here we are still doing it. We're trying to still,
Oh yeah, yes. Please keep going, guys. You guys are doing a great job. Yes, very cool music, and I was blessing your music these days. It was very cool. What inspires you to write? Who's the writer, by the way? You?
Yeah. Well, the lyricist, I'm the lyricist. Yeah.
You're the lyricist.
For the most part, Moy a little bit, but I want to say 90%.
Moy is the younger?
Yeah. I want to say 90% of the lyrics in South. I wrote most of them. A lot of the songs had to do with experiences, living in the city, also with all the stuff that's happening, even back then. We've just always been pro-immigrant and all that, and like even our song South, and La Bestia, La Bestia, the train that comes from all the way from. Like we wrote about all of that. We have a song called No Respect, and that song is about the children that were being caged up during the Obama administration, and it's crazy how it is happening again with under the Trump administration, and it's always been happening. It's just been more quieter. In those days, it was quieter about it, and now it's worse. Because it's happening in every city and. We write songs about that, and our new song "Repulsive" is also about that. It just came out like 2 months ago, so you guys could check that out. We've always been kind of political,
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think we have one love song. I don't think. Do we?
Someday,
Oh yeah, I do have one. It's called Sin Color.
Sin Color.
Yeah, Sin Color on the Big House album. It's
the Big Hoax, the new one.
It's kind of like a love song, like a horror love song.
Okay, like a toxic relationship song, kind of.
Something like that, I guess.
Yeah.
I leave it up to the listener
to find out.
To find out too. How I like they tell me what they think about it, and they I think the song's about this. I'll be like yeah. Is that what you think? If it fits for you, I'm like then sure. I like it. I like that everybody has their own way of thinking about.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
Interpretation, like with any piece of art, like with a paint or with a book, the people has always this other, or with a piece of theater, for example, with a theater play, the people has always these opinions that even the writer never thought about that. Okay,
Right,
yeah.
that's why it kind of, that's what makes it kind of, you know, fun, you know, makes it cool, you know, so I like it. So sometimes I'm like, damn, that makes even more sense than what I was thinking, you know, so I like it. But yeah, most of the songs are about that. Everything. I have a song about Jim Morrison.
Oh, which one?
The Green Motel.
Oh, the Green Motel
Yeah.
is about Jim.
Yeah.
No way, I love that song.
The Green Motel and Alta Cienega, they're both about. I'm obsessed with Jim Morrison.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the way he wrote. So I kind of like, you know, would try to write like how he used to, you know, and I wrote those songs when I was in West Hollywood.
Mm-hmm. You were in West Hollywood?
Yeah. It's he used to stay in the Alta Cienega Motel, room 32, and you could go and rent it, and it has a picture of him there. He was basically a bum at the time. He was not a bum, let's just say. He was homeless, I guess, and he would stay there, you know, here and there, and that's where he did like acid and would write a lot of his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you go in the room, and it's pretty cool. There's like hand paintings of him and all that stuff. So I went there just to write, you know, and I wrote those 2 songs, and I wrote them for him, I guess. I don't know. I was really drunk at the time, too. I was trying to be like him, I guess.
You were following the same path.
I did mushrooms and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm trying to, like... And I just, like, saw him. I'm like, I guess I got to turn them into songs. And I brought them to South Arsenal. And once, actually, when I told them, they were like, what? Jim Morrison? What
It's
are you
Jim Morrison?
about? Like, yo, wow, man. Like, I don't know. I wrote these lyrics, and I think this should be our songs. So they became our songs, and yeah. So.
That was the one that I was telling Rafael in the car, and was like, this one. I actually posted on the stories.
Yeah,
I liked
posted,
it. Yeah, I saw that.
Those are the only 2 songs that I guess like they're kind of a weird topic. You know? So I was really drunk and high, so. And I looked at the lyrics, I'm like, did they make any sense? And I try to piece them together, and I guess it kind of does. So, yeah.
And you said you were in West Hollywood?
Yeah, West Hollywood.
Like just visiting, or you actually live there?
No. I used to go to LA every year. I stopped going. I haven't been there in a while, but I would go every year to go hang out with friends, skateboard.
Next time, tell us. We are living in by the valley.
Yeah. I remember you guys went out there. I was like, oh, that's awesome. I always wanted to live out there. It's so great. When I was out there, there's shows every day. It's just so many people, I guess, and due to that, it's just like there's shows every day. And I went to shows. On Monday it was a punk show. Tuesday it was a psychobilly show. Wednesday it was a death metal show. You know, Thursday I don't know. Went to go see a Doors tribute band. Friday went to the Whiskey to see some more punk shows. Yeah.
We're missing a lot in Los Angeles. We're missing a lot in West Hollywood because we live. It's like 30 minutes from West Hollywood. I don't have a car, and I'm the nanny of my cats in my house, and that's all I have to. So I was turning crazy. I didn't know what to do. So I was like, I'm gonna do a podcast. I'm gonna talk to my friends, because other than that, I'm gonna turn crazy. I don't know. I need to talk to someone. That's what I did.
Hey,
I have no friends in Los
great.
Angeles whatsoever. I have no friends.
It's well. To me, I met them all. Like a lot of them just migrated over there. There's a few people that I knew, and that's how I started meeting other people. But I haven't talked to them in years, so it's been a while since I've gone back. But yeah, definitely get out there, because the scene in California, I get why people want to go over there. You know, because it's a little different than Chicago. Chicago's great, by the way. There's nothing wrong with Chicago. I just feel like California is just, you could play it the whole week and every show will be packed, you know.
Wow.
Here we kind of have to wait like on the weekends, you know, like from Thursday to not even maybe Sunday, but it all depends, I guess. I don't know, you know.
I think I kind of have a vague memory. We tried to go to a bar. It was packed, and we couldn't get into. I mean, we tried to get in. We couldn't even get our beers. The bartender was annoyed, and it was crowded. We couldn't enjoy the music, anything. We finished just leaving the place, and I didn't know. I forgot the name of the place. I was looking on my phone and trying to look for rock spots or metal spots or somewhere.
It's huge.
Any recommendation for me? You're not more Los Angeles than I.
No, well, all the underground stuff that I went to was in backyard shows, and where was it? It was in Compton. One was in Compton and one was in South Central. I went, and it was pretty impressive. It was a big backyard, and it was packed, real packed. It was a ska show. Shout out to what's the name of the band?
The band that you played with them? It's alright, then find out later.
Ska something, Ska Desgraciados? Something like that. Oh, I don't know. I'll look it up. But shout out to them, they were awesome.
Yeah, can tag them.
Yeah, it's just it's kind of like here, but bigger, you know? That's all. Like the backyard shows and everything. It's just more people, and the weather's, you know, here we have, sometimes it could be a 6-month winter. So.
Tell me about it. I leave Chicago because of that. I have seasonal depression, it seems like, because I turn into another person when it's cold. I don't like going out. I don't know, I get so sad.
Right.
And then when I moved to LA, 4 years ago, we moved to LA, and the weather is wonderful. We get to go to the beach, the actual beach, and it's beautiful. I'm missing a lot because we kind of hang out in the same places because it's very convenient for us, and we're like a convenient couple. Like wherever we go, it has to be convenient for us. But like, I feel like I'm not 20 anymore to hang out with that kind of vibes anymore. I don't know. Don't you feel the same?
Well, it's fine.
And then, I'm still young, she says.
I love Venice Beach. You go to Venice Beach?
Venice Beach, yeah.
Yeah, I love the skate park there.
Do you skate?
Yeah, I skate.
Can tell.
Yeah. I actually ended up hanging out with some of the homeless people there, smoking weed with them. I had all this weed, and I had to leave that same day to Chicago, and my flight got delayed. But I had all this weed that my friend Caro, shout out Caro, she brought me from Sacramento because she came to visit me. Hey, you're in California? Yeah, I'll come visit you. I'm gonna bring all this weed and stuff like that. Sure. But she left me a lot of weed, and I ended up going to the boardwalk, and there was a lot of homeless people there chilling, you know. And I was like, hey, you guys want to smoke? You guys want to have an edible? And I went with the guys that were playing guitars, so I had a blast with them.
You had a blast with them?
Yeah, they were there. They were telling me their life stories, and I'm like, oh, this is great. And I could do this. I'll come out here and chill with you guys.
What stories? What kind of stories did they tell you? Like, for example, they were out of state, and
they were mostly people from out of state. They came out trying to make it in music and acting and stuff like that.
No way. Yeah. It could be us.
Yeah, but the problem with them, they were telling me that they got lost, you know, in drugs and addiction. So they ended up on the streets and stuff like that. So I was just listening to the stories, and they were really nice people, and, you know, whatever they did in the past, you know, they're trying to, you know, be better, I guess. And but I'm just like random. I'm random like that. I like to be cool with everybody, and yeah, it was fun. I actually have a video on Instagram with the guy in my Instagram. He was singing me a Bright Eye song. First Day of My Life, I think it was called.
First Day of My Life.
So I recorded him like, hey man, you know, because it was a nice little moment. We were so high. California weed is the best. It sucks.
Totally agree.
Yeah, it sucks that I'm not, you know, I'm sober now. So.
Yeah, You're not doing weed as well?
No,
either?
nothing. I haven't smoked in 5 years.
So,
yeah.
Okay.
So I've been sober from that too. But I'll be back. Said I'll be back.
All right. I started smoking weed when I was in Colombia in Rock al Parque. It was my first weed. Sorry, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom. It was illegal, Mom. Sorry. Not anymore. It's legal.
Yeah, you can't say nothing now. We can go buy it.
I can see that. But, I'm going to get backlash someday, and I'm going to be prepared for that. Because I talk a lot of shit in my podcast. I can't avoid it.
Nah, that's what it is. Friends. We're just like, getting, letting everything go.
Yes.
I guess, so.
Yeah, and I had something in my mind, again, it flew, but I'll try to remember. Might probably have to cut a lot of stuff. But, the other thing that I was thinking in the band, you guys planning to do out-of-state shows?
Yes, we're definitely actually out of the country, not out of state.
There you go.
We're trying to just do out of the country now. We're looking at Mexico. Mm-hmm. We're trying to, South Arsenal is trying to, we're giving in money for a budget for us to do it. And I told them, man, let's just do it bigger. Let's dream big. We could do Mexico. Why not Japan?
Why not Canada?
Why not Canada? I went to Japan in March, so I went to the DOI scene. I figured it out. I know where they're playing at. I talked to the people in Tokyo and Osaka as well. So I told the guys, like, if I went out there and I talked to them, they got backline and everything. Like, all we gotta do is save up money, get a ticket. We'll use it as like a little vacation / shows. Let's think big. Let's try to do something different, something that's gonna be a memory for the rest of our lives. So let's set a goal. It's always setting up a goal, Mm-hmm. But out of state will be great too, though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, sure.
It's been a while since we left out of state, so life. It's my brothers. They all got kids now. They got their families. My drummer, he's getting married.
Oh.
So it's we're on that age right now that it's a little bit.
Everybody's getting settled down.
Yeah, it's a little different to be it's harder to be consistent like we were back in the day. So right now that's what we're just kind of writing the music and trying to just promote and play a show here and then, and
yeah. It's very cool. Very cool. Awesome. Yeah, and I didn't get to know your brothers, did I?
I'm not sure.
I am not sure either. Okay, shout out to them.
Shout out to Gabriel, shout out to Moy, and shout out to Isaac too.
Awesome. Yeah, very cool guys. And how about the other bands? I know a couple of bands because I used to run a show. You remember the last year? I used to run a show called Metal Detector. I switched it to the interview podcast style because I fell in love with that format. I didn't want my artist to feel stressed. I want him to feel comfy and to forget about the cameras and stuff. And that's what I did. Because I had the format, the question and answer, and was 20 minutes. But there's a lot of things I would like to talk with these guys. So I switched it, and I had a web scene, but I cut the web scene. It's not working anymore. But everything transmuted to this new project. And I was like, let's hang out with friends and bands, and most of my friends are metalheads, so let's hang out with them. That was basically what I wanted to do with the podcast, and obviously the English, because I only speak English with my husband, and I don't know. I wanted to have other accents. I have.
You're an actress too, so you're a good actress as well.
Oh, I'm performing right now.
No, I seen clips, and I remember your husband was giving out acting classes. I remember I tried to act. I told your husband, I'm like, hey, can I try a scene with you?
No shit.
I was really bad at it, but he was great. I don't know if he remembers.
As an actor, you're a good musician, man.
Yeah. I came out in a movie actually.
Do you?
That's why I thought I knew.
Okay, tell me about that story.
It was I've never seen the movie, to be honest with you. I don't know where it's at.
And you made it,
It's called La Mala Vida, if I'm not mistaken. My friend, they needed extras, and they were like, yeah, it's a party. It was like a house party, the scene, right? They need extras. Can you come through? Bring some beer. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm not doing anything. And I showed up, and I don't know what they were talking about, right? Like they were arguing about something, and I'm just drinking in the back. And the director goes like, that guy, bring that guy over right now. I'm like, huh? Me? Okay, sure. Like, what's up? Oh, I need you to do this scene. I'm like, they took off my hat and they like messed up my hair, and like the scene's supposed to be of me making out with some girl in the bathroom, and she comes out of the bathroom spazzing out to the other actors about something else, and my scene was to come out and just be drinking my beer.
Like you were doing.
Yeah. So it was pretty funny. Like my glasses were crooked and stuff like that.
And you didn't see the movie at all, no?
No, I never seen it, but I heard that people were laughing at this scene. So I'm like, oh, great, that's awesome.
Okay, so
I guess it came out in one of those festivals, like those film festivals. I don't know which one. And the director had mentioned, like, yo, people were laughing when about your scene. You came out of the bathroom drinking the beer. I was like, really? Like, but I never seen the film. I don't know.
Oh, man.
It was about a heist or something. But the actors were great, They were good. They were really good.
Really cool.
Yeah, so that's why I thought when I was, trying to act. For
Yeah,
your
you said
husband.
this is my choice. This is my
I wasn't doing good. Like,
probably my path. You have to try everything, man.
Yeah, I like it. I love films. I love.
Yeah, you check the last movie, Odyssey.
No,
Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna tell you anything, but it's worth the money. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I go to
great photography.
I've been into films lately. I actually go to the movies by myself and just like I love the Obsession. Did you guys see it?
Oh yeah, we actually see it when it wasn't like a big thing. Yeah, it started to get like a big thing like a couple of weeks ago. But we recently, when it came and we what is this Obsession? Okay, let's do it. Let's go. Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, I love doing that. I love watching anything that has to do with horror movies. I go watch it now.
You like horror movies?
Yeah, I went to go see it when it was already kind of getting buzz. I'm like, but then it blew up. So I was just like, I loved it. Yeah, so it's great.
Yeah, we try to go to the movies every week. We have the stops, AMC stops.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me too.
Because it's a great investment, man.
Yeah. At first I was like, I don't know, but then.
And if you're an actor, you can put that in your taxes. That's
really?
what I'm going to do.
That's good.
Yeah, I was like, okay, you just got me. Let's do it.
Yeah, but man, you guys are another level though. Like, I've seen a few scenes that you've done that you posted. I was like, oh, man, you're great.
Oh, thank you. Try to do some things with we actually came last week before Lollapalooza. We went to record a movie with a friend, directors. I worked with them during COVID. We made a movie about COVID, a couple that got trapped in plenty COVID-19, and they got tired of each one and start fighting and having issues. And it was like the before, the during, and the after. We recorded like the voiceovers, and we might probably see everything set up tomorrow. I'm not sure about that, but we are going to see the actual scenes tomorrow. But we recorded the voices already. I did the voiceover.
You gotta let me know like anything that you guys have released, movies or whatever, or movies that you've been in.
Yeah, I have a couple movies.
Tell me so I can watch them.
Let me tell you about this movie. I was working at the director, Ricardo Islas. Shout out to him. He loves doing horror movies. He's a good director from Uruguay. Uruguay? Jesus, I think it's Uruguay. Potato. I'm kidding.
Uruguay
And
or
he always
Paraguay?
does that joke. He always made that joke. So shout out to him. It's a movie called Night Hunt, and it's about a monster. It's called Crowley. The monster is called Crowley, like Mr. Crowley.
Crowley?
Yeah. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And he said, I want you to be in your character, Andrea Net. Let's do it. And I did. And they killed me in the movie.
Wow. They killed
But
you
they
all.
have they did this makeup. I still have some pictures. They did all this makeup, all this design. They actually paint my freckles and everything. It was perfect. And then you were supposed to have like something popping up, blood out. At the time they cut my neck, but it didn't work, and they had to put me like upside down, and my head was like that, and I got like they were like ¿cómo se dice estrangular en inglés?
Strangle.
Yeah, strangle. They were trying to strangle me, and you can see all my veins on my fair front. It was like, I hate that scene, but I died so epically.
Yeah, it's supposed to be, I guess, ugly. I guess like ugly scene.
Yeah, it was fun. You went to see the whole movie because it's an interesting story, and you can see it on Tubi.
Oh no.
Tubi.
For real?
If you
Awesome.
have Tubi.
Yeah, I have Tubi.
Night Hunt.
I'll check it out later tonight
Yeah,
when I get
check
home.
it out.
You know,
Yeah.
so that's
It's
cool.
fun, you gotta tell. And other movie I did with a director here in Chicago, no es Dorantes, Raúl Dorantes, and it was also with Andrea Net character. He wants to be Andrea Net too, and I did my makeup and did all my stuff, and it was the love interest of the main character, and it was fun. It was just a couple scenes and a little couple lines, and I didn't have a chance to see it.
Just like
yeah.
I haven't seen mine.
I don't even know how it look. No, I had no idea. It was fun.
Neither.
Those two projects with Andrea Net. I had other projects that I have like natural, but the two ones that I have for that character was memorable. It was fun. It was very fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm definitely checking out the one you're telling me.
Yeah, probably that one, Night Hunt. Yeah, if I find the trailer or something, I'm gonna put it down here.
Cool.
So you can check the trailer as well. And let's talk a little bit about what else? We talk about the music, who writes the music, and in the group, who is like the lazy one, who needs always a push. Let's talk about their personalities in the band.
I think probably me.
You're the laziest one? No way.
No, I'm not. I don't know. I don't think none of us are. To be honest with you, we're all pretty. My brothers are the ones that are really on it. So if anything, I guess just me and the drummer will be the ones that need to be a little bit more. Me and Isaac probably need to be more on it, like they are.
You went to school with Isaac? Or
No, I didn't go to school with him. He was a neighbor. He used to skate too. And,
Okay.
we used to see him around. And I don't even know how that happened. How did I meet? Yeah, he was a skater. Yeah, I think that's how we met, skateboarding. And then he started coming out to our shows. It's funny. His dad plays music. He plays keyboards, and his dad and my dad got together, and they were in a band together.
No way.
Yeah, that's pretty.
What was the project called?
I forgot the name of the band. I don't know if it was, because I know they're in Grupo Zeus.
Zeus?
But I don't know what was the name of that project. I
Very
want to say it's
cool.
probably Sales.
What were the odds?
Yeah, and to this day they're still cool with each other, and it's like, wow, like now my dad's in a band with with your dad. It's shout out to my dad.
Yeah, that's awesome. Didn't know all this. Oh my God, it's very cool.
Yeah, my dad's a musician. That's why we're all musicians in the family.
That makes sense.
And his dad, Isaac's dad, he's a musician. So we all come from music, off of a family of music. And now my brother Marcos, is the new member of Favelas, and he's
joining Favelas too.
Yeah, he's already in the band, and he already recorded the new songs with us. He is like he was a hip hop artist, so we decided to bring in a new element. We lost a few members in Favelas, and we decided to try something new. And he was a hip hop, he was a hip hop, I guess, a rapper at the moment.
Okay.
And he could sing very well, so we just mixed those together. And now Favelas has like a different little style, kind of like Cypress Hill.
Cypress Hill?
Mixed
Need to check that out.
With a little bit of punk and ska, so it's a little different now. Like
but it's still party.
Yeah. It's actually heavier now, if anything.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a little heavier now, a little bit more punkier.
Punkier.
Yeah. So, Favelas.
All right, the espíritus chocarreros are scaring me, man. Okay.
But yeah, we're all todos los Rangel, the Rangel family.
Rangel.
We're all musicians.
Tell me about the bands that you guys play with. I was checking the bands, Behind the Icon and Rose of Demise. I know those bands here in Chicago. How do you get to play with them someday? Or?
Yeah. We played with the Rose of Demise EP release show was I think in June. Was it in June?
This year?
Yeah, this year. And Beheading the Icon played. So like we're always like playing with them. They're like our brother bands.
I see they play a lot.
They're always playing a lot.
They play a lot.
We play with a lot of the old school bands from the Chicago scene. I haven't really had the chance to play with the newer bands, which by the way they're great. They got a great scene. Yeah, the hardcore scene is great.
You have some influence of hardcore in South Arson, do you?
Yeah. There's definitely some influence of hardcore there. We're kind of weird though. I don't know what would you consider South Arsenal?
I would say it's kind of metalcore, kind of influence of hardcore. I was talking about that the other day with my husband, but it's a jam, and that's the main thing. It doesn't matter. Nowadays there is like no pure genre. There is a lot of influence.
Right. I just don't know what to name our genre. People are asking us like, "Where are you guys?" Like, we're a metal band.
We're a metal band.
We're just a metal band. I don't know. Some people have all kinds of weird stuff now. So I'm just like, I don't know. Man.
I heard someone in the past. Gene. He told me that there were bands doing techno metal now.
Yeah.
Is that a thing now?
Yeah. Techno metal.
Dance metal.
Yeah. The one thing that's very popular right now is they play corridos before. They play like a sample of a corrido before starting their songs.
Oh yeah.
So that's pretty
La
cool.
Chona. I saw a band playing La Chona. Which one was that?
But you know what? We used to do los bookies. But we will actually play the song. We were not using a sample. We will end with ¿cómo se llama la canción? The song is called
The Bookies.
Si no tuviera sido, sería tan. ¿Cómo se llama esa canción? I forgot.
No, si hubiera sido sería tan feliz. Creo que es el coro.
Yeah, it's Marco Antonio. The song is the Marco Antonio.
Master, true. True.
Yeah. So we will end our set with that. And people used to think it was our song.
No way.
We just thought it was cool, But yeah, that's very popular right now. Like all that, like the Mexican influence is very popular right now. With a lot of the bands, that's awesome. They're sharing our culture, and they're putting it out there and being proud, and that's what it's about. Because I remember like in my old days, some people were kind of embarrassed, about some. I don't want to like say anybody.
Don't worry.
But they were kind of embarrassed, like I guess, to even like speak Spanish or stuff like that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
There were, I guess, like...
It depends on the states also. There were like, I heard that from another podcast, that they prohibited to speak other languages in the schools. But that was back in the days, way back in the days. So that's why everybody, all children from Mexico, they're speaking English.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I think that they were just trying to, fit into a scene that was, dominated by like I guess suburbia and different more American crowds, I guess. And the Chicano and the Latino crowd it wasn't very overpowering at the time, so maybe that's why, I don't know. Yeah, we didn't care. We have songs in Spanish with South Arsenal, so we didn't care. We just like,
and when you're gonna do an extreme growling?
Oh, yeah. Oh no! See, I'm a punk singer, and I don't growl or do anything. My brother does. I let my little brother do that. He's the one that he does. We have a new song called Lo Siento, and he's the one that does all the growling at the end. That's not me. That's it.
No, I asked that question because I was like, oh.
I've always been a punk singer. I can't do that. I've always been more of a punk singer, punky. That's why I guess that's why like people were asking like, well, like you guys are a metal band, but like the singing is really not like heavy and dark tone, and I'm just like, yeah, because I'm a punk, I don't really sing like that. Even though I like it, but I just wanted it to be different. It was either gonna fail or it's gonna do good, I guess. Some people like it, some people don't like the vocals. Some people think it's unique and different, and others people just, I don't know, right? Everybody has their own. I just didn't want to be. I don't want to be, I guess, like the same. I just wanted to. That I really love like the old school singers like Zac de la Rocha, Jonathan Davis, all the old punk singers, HR from Bad Brains. I really love this one guy. I think his name was Hera. That's my main influence. He used to be in the band. It was a local band from Aurora. They were called Monospit. And I loved his style of singing, and when I heard him sing, I'm like, yeah, that's like what I guess like will grab your attention for the as singing, at least what I thought. So I really got influenced by him. Shout out to him. I talked to him once. Shout out
to that's good. A lot of people is gonna watch this podcast.
Yeah. And he's from Aurora, I think, and I hang around with his guitar player, Luga. Shout out to Luga, and but they've been broken up for a long time.
Oh,
so
yes.
I was very young when I saw them, like 15, 16. So we played with them El Volcán. I think
El Volcán used to be. Is the Volcán I'm thinking on the 26th?
Yeah.
No way.
The Thursdays they had a Noche de Rock.
Oh, I didn't know they had that.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like party.
That's the last time I saw them too, Monospit, and we played with them. We opened up for them, and I met the singer, and I was like, hey, what's up, man? He was real cool, but that's like the only time I talked to him. But yeah, he was like one of my main influences on the vocals.
Okay.
So like when people say like you sound kind of sound kind of weird or something, like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was
influence. You have to start from somewhere and then you develop your own style.
Yeah, that eventually ended up being my own style, and that's what I do now with South. And some people like it. So I'm surprised if people like it at all. So
yeah, you guys you survived COVID.
Yeah,
that's a lot of projects that end up in COVID.
We took the whole year off, like when COVID happened. So it was going towards that direction.
Did you happen to compose, to write, or anything during COVID?
No, Actually during COVID is when I joined Favelas.
You joined Favelas?
Yeah, because we weren't doing anything over here due to COVID. They didn't want to, and they had all the right to, because people were dying off of it, and everybody was scared. So like until there was like a vaccine, everybody was quarantined, So, but I didn't care. Like I was just like, if I die, I die. Fuck it. And I was here by myself trying to write music, and I happened to meet the guys from Favelas, and they used to invite me over. I didn't want to join at first, to be honest with you. I was just like, I don't really like that kind of music. I'm a metalhead, blah, blah, blah. I don't like it. And they're like, come on, Jose, he was like, come on, man, just come, like, write a few songs with us. I'm like, okay. So I went, I wrote a few songs with them.
Cool.
And I ended up staying. I never left.
And you sing with them too.
Yeah.
They sing. Everyone sings in the group.
Yeah, but for the most part now it's my brother doing all the singing. Yeah. So all the new songs and stuff like that.
That's cool that your brother is also in Favelas.
Yeah.
Gotta see this new lineup, Favelas.
Yeah, it's cool. We got a new percussion player. He's amazing.
The guy of the saxophone still there?
Kind of. He can only do certain shows. So, but he's not really.
It's more like sessions, or
yeah, he's kind of just coming by for whenever he can. Right now, he can't be at the practices as much. So if we tell him that we got a show coming up and we need him, he'll come by and he'll still help us out.
Very cool.
Shout out to Damon Rose.
I love seeing you guys live. that's the main thing. To have fun in the performance and to connect with people on the performance. And when I saw you guys, I was like, these guys are really good. It was, for me at the beginning, I don't know how to say this, but for me it was like, you guys have this influence from Santana. Yeah. So they have plenty of influence in Santana. And I fell in love because Santana's a beautiful project as well. It's a great project. And they have these guitars. You got how these guitars.
Yeah.
We
love Santana. It's one of my main influences. All the old school, anything, even like records from from salsa.
Yeah.
And from cumbia from the 60s and 70s. We love all that stuff too. And we try to mix it with punk. I told them we should be like, because I think the idea was to be like a reggae ska band at first.
Yeah, you kind of have those.
But influences. I was like, I don't want to join a reggae ska band. I told them like, man, we should like why don't we try to do different genres and see what happens. Like we have a metal song, we have a punk song, we have a cumbia punk song, we have a bossa nova song. We have what else? So we got reggae songs, we got ska songs. So it has everything. And I told the guys either it fails or it goes well. I think it would be interesting that you go to a show and you don't know what to expect, what the next song is gonna be. So you go and you're like, oh, that was a reggae song, so I'm guessing the next song is gonna be a reggae song. But no, it's not. It's a metal song. And then it's a bossa nova song right after that. So people seem to dig it. Some people have criticized it though. Like, people say like, oh, you guys should decide what are you guys gonna play, like all this stuff. I'm like, I don't know. We're just gonna do us.
Haters gonna
do us
hate.
Regardless.
Yeah, let's talk about haters. Any haters? Takers?
Of course, but I don't really waste my time to give them any energy. If anything, I'm nice to all of them, so it's all good. I don't really I don't see the necessity to waste and to stress about it. To me, it's like if you got haters, you're doing something right, I guess. The same old classic quote. So.
Yeah, I know it's classic, but it's so wise. It's wise. Yeah.
And it's like that in every scene. So, some people look at it as a competition instead of just trying to. I just want one of the bands from Chicago to get out of here, and support everybody. I think that's important. Every band that plays out here, if they get the opportunity to get out of here, let's support them instead of just like hating or trying to bash them, whatever, and I think that's important. That's what makes everybody unite and the scene to be a little bit better, instead of just looking at it as a competition. Oh, I don't want to play with this band because blah blah blah, right? So I try to tell both bands, like let's show support to everybody.
Yeah.
Even if some people dislike us or whatever, I don't know.
So hard to please everyone.
Yeah,
And you're a creative mind, so just I'm so happy that you are kind of, I will say, versatile. You move like you're a musician, you're a composer, you do all this stuff with Favelas and South Arsenal is your heavier stuff that I heard from you. Let's talk a little bit about bands from Mexico. Any metal band that you like?
From Mexico, there's a new band called Ladrones that I think they're amazing.
No way, I'm gonna check that out. Ladrones.
It's basically corridos tumbados.
No.
Metal. I swear to God. And it doesn't sound like it will work. When I heard, I'm like, what? My friend showed him something like, nah, it's like corridos tumbados, but in metal. I'm like, bro, this shit's gonna suck. And then he put it on. I'm like, this is badass. Yeah, no, it's cool. I like them. They just came to the hospitals. I didn't get to see them, but they killed it, and they're doing good. They were there.
Okay, I'll check it out.
They're playing big shows already. But metal from Mexico, I used to love Leprosy, Transmetal.
Yeah, Transmetal.
I really don't know. Brujeria is from California.
They're from here. Yeah. Yes, that's true. Sorry, guys.
Mexico, I haven't had the chance to listen to
Asesino?
too much. Yeah, Asesinos is badass. I haven't had the chance to listen to. There was a band from Zacatecas that I saw in León. I wish I could remember the name.
León, Guanajuato. Your friend came from there. Your metalhead familiar?
Yeah, my family's from León, Guanajuato. Yeah.
When was the last time you go?
2 years ago. Yeah, I go every year, but I haven't.
How's the scene there?
The scene is more of cover bands.
Cover bands. Yeah, people love cover bands.
There's not really a local scene. Well, you know what? I don't know, to be honest with you, if there is or not. But I know Irapuato has a really good metal scene. In Irapuato, the one guy that I was talking to, he's like, you got to go to Irapuato. That's where the real scene is at. In León, it's mostly cover bands and stuff like that. We're trying to get like people to come see the original bands, but everybody just wants to, do the whole cover band, which is fine. That's what people like. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. And some of the best projects starts with cover bands. Hey, what do you do besides this cover band? Hey, yes, I listen to this. Hey, let's hang out and some jams, and you find out and you end up doing a project.
Yeah.
It's just starting with cover bands.
Yeah, and it's work too. It's very well paid, so maybe that's another reason why it's big out there. But like as far as locally, I didn't really see too much going on in León. In Irapuato, yeah, it's a little different. Irapuato's like the town over, like it's only like an hour away. So.
You tell me, I remember that you told me that you went to Tokyo and you know the scene there. When was that?
It was in March. I went in March.
Like for how long you were there?
10 days. Yeah, 10 days. I was in Osaka for 4 days, and then the rest of the days I spent them in Tokyo.
You were just by yourself?
No, I met up with a friend of mine. He was in Hawaii.
Oh, you have friends?
Yeah, he was in Hawaii, and he was like, "Yo, we have like the similar birthday dates, so he's like, let's go to Tokyo." I'm like, cool, but he was like, nah, you know what? Change your mind. Let's go to Osaka first, and then Tokyo. We'll take the bullet train to Tokyo from Osaka. It was great.
What's the experience?
I loved it. It was my favorite trip of all time. And that's why I was like, I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're good.
That's why I was like telling the guys, we should go out there and play. I did my research.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the DIY shows in Osaka and in Tokyo. I loved them. Osaka has a great DIY scene, and I was like, how could I play out here with my little translator on the phone and I'm talking to the guy? I'm from Chicago, and he was really nice. He's just like, gave me the information, gave me the Instagram. He's like, we have backline here, so you don't have to bring like everything. You don't have to bring your speakers or your, like, just come. If you guys could just come and purchase your own play ticket and everything, and we'll get you guys to play.
Yeah.
And Tokyo as well. I forgot the name of the venue. Star something. It's like a basement in Shibuya, and I loved it too. It was great. So I just like, that's the goal right now. I'm trying to see if we can do that.
Yes.
So
you have the vision. Go for it.
Yeah, like if I win, like, and all the bands over there were great, and everybody, the crowd is different. In Japan, they're really there to see you. Nobody's on their phone. Nobody's distracted. Everybody's literally making eye contact with the band, and they're really there to enjoy the music and for the experience. It was so quiet. Like when the band would stop, they would cheer, right? And then it would just be quiet completely. And if they had to say something, they will whisper. They won't talk loudly. They're so respectful. They're very respectful, and they're really there for the art. So that's why I'm like, man, like, I would love to play for Japanese people. It'd be great,
That's so cool that you made all that investigation.
I did my research and everything, and so it's all about just the money, like the money. If we're putting money aside, we have T-shirts, and we've been selling the T-shirts. The T-shirts.
Oh yeah, I saw some T-shirt. You don't have one? You can hand me over. Yeah, my director can hand me over my shirt and check it out. Yes.
This is our new T-shirt.
Check it out, guys. You can see. I think my camera has it. Can I open it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's open it. We're gonna do a lot of noise with this.
It's our original logo, but it's with the Mexican flag on it. And we wanted to release some for the World Cup,
Very good. Yes.
So people were rocking it out for the World Cup, and if you didn't have because the Mexico jersey was like $150, you could get this one for $20.
Very considerate from you guys.
But it was cool, and we're proud of our roots. We're proud of our people, and we wanted to pay a tribute to our country that we were raised over there, me and Gabriel. So and we just thought it was a great idea to have it. And it's been great,
Great idea, yeah.
So the T-shirt sales have been doing great. I'm like, let's put that money aside for the trip. Let's figure it out, guys. So I mean, that's the goal.
And you guys are working really hard, pushing your music in all platforms, so everywhere in the world can actually have a fan base in there.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about that. You guys has your like, you have your Bandcamp, you have your Instagram, you have your Facebook, and what else? You have like a webpage other than that?
We don't have a webpage. We are working on it, but we also have a TikTok.
A TikTok
and what else? I think
everything's South Arsenal.
Yeah, South Arsenal. We'll be coming out with new TikToks with us dancing and doing like the whole thing. Nah.
I believe you can do that.
Our manager did tell us, you guys got to start doing more content and just like, we're trying to write music.
Yes.
Like, we're going to waste time doing all this content and whatever. Yeah. But I guess that's like the new thing. I'm just old and complaining and bitching about it.
Yes, don't bitch about it.
But I'm gonna have to do it, and it's okay. Like, I think some of them are fun. There's one that is just like guess the drummer. I think that one's fun. And
guess the drummer.
Yeah, it's like everybody in the band plays drums, and you gotta guess who's the drummer, I guess.
Very good.
And
Very
it's
good.
funny because me and Moy play drums pretty decently. So.
All right.
So yeah, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if we could compete with Isaac though. but yeah. Well, I guess we'll be coming out with more TikToks.
Okay. Fun TikToks. I'm trying to do my comedy. I was like, I have this niche that I do my own style. I have my own style, and I get a lot of hate for that too. I don't care. I don't read any more comments. I stopped reading comments from a long time ago. It was by recommendation of my director. I stopped reading comments.
Yeah.
It was a suggestion.
Going back to the hated thing,
yeah,
you don't need to stress about it.
And then I stopped doing that and started doing my own thing. I was like, I think I'm gonna give it a try to this podcast, and I'm gonna be doing my own stuff and to show my style. And to show I have a personality and I have tastes and I have feelings and I have friends. Let's do something like more, darle otra dimensión. Let's give it another dimension to the character that I created for so long in the networks.
It's pretty cool. I think your TikToks and your Instagram reels are awesome.
Oh, thank you. I've been trying to be more fun and to act a little bit more to make it.
It's great, and then it gives out like the recording and everything, the quality of it. I'm guessing your director.
Oh yeah, my director is. Yeah. I don't know what to do without him.
It's great.
We found a spot. I had to show you. We found a spot in LA. I'm not gonna say anything because it's our spot. We're so jealous with our spot. I'm gonna tell you after. But it's a place it has a beautiful lighting, and it has like columns. I don't know if you see my pictures. It has columns, and it's white and no people, and shade. It's perfect. It's perfect for me to model my dresses and my stuff. And I'm also doing this. By the way, I wanted to do a shout out to Murder Apparel. They do these amazing shirts. I've been working with them, and I was like, I need to do something different because I wanted to get like more graffiti stuff. So I almost died doing that because I was getting dehydrated in LA doing that shirts. But I found here in Chicago they have more graffiti. They have more art, street art.
Yeah, it's very big here.
It is very big in here. It's different. Here's more. Everybody's near. It's closer, and over there everything is far away. Yeah. It's funny when you are in the GPS and it says you are 0 minutes and you're still not there. But you're 0 minutes. Okay, so what is this minus zero? How does it work? It's because you have to work or something. I don't know.
It's funny. The traffic in California is something else, though.
Well, my husband seems like he's not annoyed by that. He been work with here in Chicago, and probably we actually traveled from here to LA when we packed our stuff, our cats, and we left, and we find out traffic is not that terrible. We can just take another route or something, detour. It's not that bad. I don't know. That's our experience, but people complain a lot. People bitch about that of traffic in LA.
Yeah, that's like the only thing that I complain about LA, but I would never bitch about Chicago.
You know what? Mostly people from San Diego are like, we're better. We don't have traffic.
Oh my God. But LA is I don't know. I've never been to San Diego, but I love LA.
And San Diego, never been there either, and there's a lot of gigs there. Well.
Yeah, there's San Francisco.
In San Francisco. You had a chance to go to San Francisco?
No.
Yeah, just get to know the scenes there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in Portland in September. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna be in Seattle. I'm just out doing. I'm going out there hiking with a friend.
Cool.
We're going to Forks.
Very nice.
Twilight, doing the whole Twilight thing. We got another cafe and everything.
Yeah, and you know what? When you are in Seattle, stuff by Kurt Cobain's.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll try it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to Olympic Park over there in
Okay.
Washington, and then driving down to Portland. So
Road trip.
yeah, a little road trip. Yeah. So that's gonna be fun. I'll try to see if I can catch a show in Portland. So check it out. That's why I love the West Coast, because it's just so much going on, and you can play in. You can even start like in Tijuana, San Diego, then Los Angeles. Los Angeles just has a lot of places you can play. Sacramento, San Francisco, Oakland, Portland, and then Seattle, like the whole West Coast. There's just like so many great scenes out there. That's a tour I always wanted to do in the U.S. So that would have been that would be cool. So that's also in the plans.
Yeah.
East Coast too.
Florida.
That'll be cool. Yeah, the death metal scene in Florida.
Oh, tell me about it. There's a lot of people dying this year, man. A lot of people. When the Morbid Angel guy passed away.
Really?
Yeah, the Browning.
I had no idea. Yeah. He passed away.
Yeah, recently passed away. Mike Browning.
Rest in peace, Mike Browning.
Yeah. No, a lot of people sick of it all. Also, frontman passed away.
Where have I been? I didn't know that these people were passing away. Wow.
And yeah, it's
wow.
Yeah, but
Rest in peace.
you're talking about a scene that I like very much, and it's the death metal scene. I just would like to go to the shows in Florida, because it's fun that there's the heavier genre is from Florida. It's fun because they're like Cubano and stuff there.
Yeah. You think they'll be like for somewhere dark, like Maine or something, right?
Yeah, you don't expect that.
Like,
and then you find this awesome
the
genre.
shiny town and stuff like that. No, yeah. It's, I haven't been down there in a while, but I love it. Yeah, Miami, and I used to play in a Mexican band, so I toured with them over there.
As a drummer?
No, tambora. It's a tambora.
You were playing a tambora.
Don't tell my heavy metal friends.
And tell metalheads that we do that.
Don't tell my heavy metal friends.
It's a secret here. No, nobody knows.
Yeah, it was fun. I was like mostly their driver, and then I just ended up like playing their tambora. It was fun, man. I had a lot of fun with them, but it was not my style.
Okay.
It was not. I didn't write anything with them, or I was just there, pretty much.
So you are working really hard on your next project, and like you have a date, or you have like a schedule on when to work in your new stuff.
Yes, this month we're gonna be releasing the new single for Favelas, Side Effect. It should be in the next few weeks. I don't have the exact date, and also Sal Arsenal as well will be late August, our new single as well, with Gabriel with Gabriel singing that song. So that's gonna be something new. I'm not gonna be singing. My other brother's gonna be singing it. And it's great. I love it's kind of like it kind of gives it like an Aussie vibe, so it's cool. It's so I'm proud of that song, and we just gotta track drums and bass, so it should be done by the end of the month, and we'll have it released.
So you say you also do drums for like cover bands?
Yeah. I when I can, they because I'm really busy. But when I can, I go and help them out with the Lizard Kings. It's a Doors cover band. They've been around for a long time. My first show was with them, in La Justicia. If anybody remembers that, Viernes el Rock in La Justicia, and we played with them. I had bought a new drum set, and it was just collecting dust, I was not playing it, and he was like, yo, I need he has a drummer. He has a main drummer, but he's also really busy and can't make it to all the shows. So he calls me and he's like, "Hey man, can you cover his show?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure," you know. So, you know, I just want to play my drum set. You know, I just bought it. It's brand new. So I just wanted to, like, you know, make sure that I don't lose my chops. Because if you don't show love to your instrument, then it just ends up rotting away. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's just weird. Like, if you don't touch the instruments, they literally, like, start to rot away.
It's like houses. When you leave the house empty, the houses start to, like, having, like this... falling down.
Yeah, you gotta show love to your instruments.
So true.
And I got like 5 basses, so I switch around. I'm playing this one right now, but I have more over there, and I try to play on like all of them. Try not to leave any of them. All of my girlfriends, you know.
Oh, those are your babies. Those are your babies, of course. Yeah, that's when my husband says that he has other ladies to take care of. I had to be jealous about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, which one of your first instruments was a bass or was a
drums?
Was drums?
Yeah, drums. I started playing drums at first, and I was in a. My dad wanted us to play Mexican music.
Oh.
And he will take us to like a teacher, Mexican, that will teach Mexican style playing, and that's where we learn how to play, to be honest with you. And it was rough, man. It was hard, and my dad really pushed us. He really pushed us. He was rough with us, like, you gotta learn la cumbia, you gotta learn la rancherita, this and that. And I have a video of that. Somebody finally sent me a video of our first show.
No way.
It was me, my brother Gabriel, and my brother Marco is the one who plays in Favelas now. And it's hilarious. It's pretty cool. We were pretty solid. We were pretty good. I was like, oh, all right.
Good to see yourself solid.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna be horrible. I'm like, I don't remember. Like, we were good. And we're playing Los Corridos Los Pérez, El Gato y el Ratón. Like, what other songs we had in there? Sergio Bailador. That's the first song. That's the very first song I ever learned as a musician. Sergio Bailador.
Sergio el Bailador. I heard a lot about that song. I even don't know, but I just had a friend called Sergio, and he was like, everybody calls me Sergio el Bailador. I don't even know what is the song about.
It's a popular song. It's about a guy that's a really good dancer.
Oh.
And everybody wants to dance with him. All the girls want to dance with him.
It's not like La Chona.
No.
La Chona is a dancer who drinks a lot.
No, yeah, it's something. Well, I guess it's kind of similar, right? I don't know. But yeah, La Chona is more like a quebradita song.
What is that band, that grindcore band who played La Chona? I don't remember. I saw a grindcore band play La Chona. I'll find out. And
yes, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name either.
I forgot, but it's like a very, everybody knows that band.
Right, yeah.
And I saw it in social media.
That's what I'm telling you, like, that's very popular right now, to like play like Mexican songs before your set, and that's pretty cool. I like it a lot. Some people have like I think house music or techno, like you were saying, like the techno metal and all that. So it's a new wave that's awesome. I like it. You know, I like other new artists that are coming out from Chicago. All the bands have been pretty mind blowing, and which, like, you know, which I tell the guys, man, guys, we got to step it up, you know, because, you know, the bands are coming up and they're putting in work, so we got to come back to the same routine that we used to have, you know. That way we could finally get back on our feet, you know, and regain our crowd, and, you know, because our crowd is old now, you know, just like us.
Just like us.
They're old already, and, you know, I love them to death. They come to our shows. But they don't want to mosh anymore. They don't want to break a leg anymore.
Yeah, they don't want to break a leg.
You know,
Literally, don't they want to break a leg?
I just want to, like, listen to the songs and drink, you know, like.
That's my stage right now.
Exactly.
I'm the person.
Like, I feel you, you know.
And I did a skit comedy about that. I'm the person just waiting, just checking the band behind, but there's a guy who kicks me and sends me to hell or heaven.
Yeah.
But I just put heaven because I wanted to look nice. I already have heaven before, so I was like, another heaven? No, I'm gonna put skies this time. Yeah. Oh, speaking about Chicago and music and festivals and all that, I had this wonderful weekend working Lollapalooza. I've been working Lollapalooza like this is the 10th time, I believe. The only 10 times, yeah. I believe I didn't work, the only time I didn't work was COVID. Obviously, it wasn't open. But after that, 2021, everybody came back to Lollapalooza, and then weed was legal. Was the party. The 2021, I believe, was when I checked, it was Lorna Shore playing on Lollapalooza.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I discovered Lorna Shore thanks to Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
What is this that I'm listening to?
They're sick. They're awesome.
Sick.
Yeah,
No.
band.
Fun forever since then. Very good. What is your favorite Lollapalooza? Because you didn't went to this.
I think it was when I went to go see at the drive-in. I don't know if you know what the drive-in is.
The drive?
At the drive-in, it's a old school I guess punk hardcore.
Okay.
They're from you ever heard of the Mars Volta?
The Mars Volta, yeah.
Their old band. It's their old band, and they reunited at Lollapalooza for the Lollapalooza show.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it. It was great.
Very cool.
That was my favorite one, and I also went to go see A Perfect Circle. I forgot what year that was. I actually jumped the fence.
Ha!
To go see
Here's
that.
one jump. I got
jumped
one, guys.
2014. It was great. The Arctic Monkeys played too.
And the Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah, it was cool, you know.
I
But I went to see A Perfect Circle, and I jumped the fence. I met with a bunch of people from Facebook, and we just got there, and a lot of them got caught, except for me.
A lot of them got caught.
Yeah. When we were jumping the fence, a lot of them got caught.
You know, someone asked
Not
me.
me, though. Somebody grabbed me, and I was like, ah.
Oh no! Someone asked me, "You don't have that situation of the fence jumpers?" I was like, "No idea. I didn't even know that was a thing." Yes.
It's harder now. It was easier back then. But my favorite one, I guess, out of all of them, will be when Black Sabbath played. That was my favorite. Lollapalooza.
Black Sabbath plays at Lollapalooza?
Mm-hmm.
No way.
Yeah, Black Sabbath. That was amazing.
Should be awesome. I heard that Ozzy wanted to play Lollapalooza, and
they never wanted him there.
Sharon got so mad that they didn't want him on Lollapalooza that she created Ozfest.
Ozfest, yeah. But they played. I'm surprised that you didn't know that, but they played, and it's.
When was the year?
I don't know.
It was way before COVID.
It was before COVID.
That's my before COVID, after COVID. I don't remember before COVID.
It's before COVID for sure, but Black Sabbath was on the main stage. I think it was Sunday.
T-Mobile, I guess.
No, I think it was at the Bud Light
stage.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, because it was like nothing but pop bands.
It was the first time that you saw Black Sabbath?
No, I seen the original Black Sabbath because that lineup, the drummer was different, but the original lineup, I saw him in 2005 Ozfest with Bill Ward. Yeah, Bill Ward, Geezer Butler, which is one of my main influences on bass, and Tony Iommi and Ozzy. It was the greatest show ever. With Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden played too.
What a jam.
Yeah. Mudvayne, that was probably one of the best Ozfests.
Mudvayne.
Yeah, Mudvayne. Kill Switch, Black Dahlia Murder. They were
Black Dahlia Murder?
They were barely coming up.
Just to be good, those shows, man. And nowadays it's just electronic, and I don't know what is the people into right now. I think I'm lost. I feel like I was checking the lineup, and I feel so out of time. Like, this is not my stuff. I don't even know who's the Chainsmokers. What is this? I didn't know what is that. I wanted to see something.
Lala stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lala stuff. That's the reason why I didn't go. I didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
And I love the Smashing Pumpkins, but I don't know if I wanted to pay that much money
Yeah.
just to see them.
True.
I love them, but
but
I think I just rather see them when they come, by themselves.
Yeah, just for one day. I don't know how much is one day general entrance. I don't know.
It's almost $200.
$200 one day general.
I might be wrong, but yeah.
Yeah, expensive. Just to, just one band. The idea is to get to enjoy a bunch of bands. But well, I think my favorite one was when Metallica played. And I don't know, it was the same year that Lorna Shore played. I don't remember. It was after COVID, definitely. But I lost my voice. I always work, and I finished at 7. So I remember, I don't know if I was screaming because it was a lot of people, or I just got sick. I don't know what happened. And I was so sick and I was dying. But when they're starting to play, man, I just me colgué. I just hung from my husband, and I was watching it. But it was the best show, man. And I remember Lars took the microphone. He started talking a lot. He was, I don't know, he was talking. Thank you so much, and blah blah blah. And they cut.
They cut him off.
They cut him off. And he kept talking, and everybody started like booing. Yeah, and it was my favorite show. It kind of rained. It was a little bit rainy, but it was one of my favorite shows, Lollapalooza. It's a festival that I always work, and I find so much fun. And probably because I know some people that work the festival every year over and over again, and see you next year, and it's fun. But for example, as speaking about my gigs that I do, I work with Sueños Festival, and I had a very bad experience. I had someone really drunk talking to me in my face and like, get away from me, man. And everybody fighting, and everybody like drunk, and the ambulance came twice.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of corridos and banda and reggaeton, and people turn crazy.
Yeah, it's a little ratchet.
It is. That's the word I was looking for. I didn't want it to say.
I went this year. I went
to Sueños.
Yeah, I went to Sueños for the first time. I had a good time, but I understand what you're saying. Mm-hmm. People are so wasted, and Mexicans just know how to party, right? And now I kind of see how the fights start, because I think with Mexican genre music, when you go see a Mexican band, it's usually like there's a bigger space, and people could dance. There's tables, and when it's an open air concert like that, I noticed that a lot of people who were trying to get to the front and would try to pass you, will bump into you, right? Bump into you.
Shaded.
And it's normal when you go to Lollapalooza or Riot Fest or any metal show, the people to bump you and all that. But I noticed that everybody was getting pissed at every time somebody would bump into you. Hey, motherfucker! Hey, this.
Oh, that's
so
how it starts.
I just think like they're not. I don't know if I might be wrong, but I don't know if they're used to having open air shows like that for Mexican genres or reggaeton, So I think that's what was maybe the conflict. Everybody's drunk, and you push somebody, and they'll start fighting you instead of just like whatever, right?
Yeah, a lot of that. We saw a lot of that, and a lot of people crossing you.
Yeah, but
hey, I'm with them. What are you doing? Yeah. You mentioned Riot Fest. You try to go every Riot Fest?
Yeah, I try to. I think it all depends on the lineup. This year, I'm there for the most part the whole weekend.
Cool.
Yeah, I like it. It's a good lineup.
I went to my only Riot Fest. I think it was 2019, and it was a bunch of great bands. But the one that I remember was Slayer, and he was doing the last tour.
Yeah, I went to that one too.
Loved it, man.
Yeah,
Loved
it's
it. It
great.
was, yeah. I saw Plain Slayer live twice. No, 3 times actually. One in Colombia, and I can tell you how's the crowd and how's everything so different from here. I obviously had so much fun here because people doesn't bump into you and doesn't push you and pull your hair or try to
Right.
break a
Your
bone
ribs.
or something.
Right.
Your ribs, yeah. And I felt it was so hostile in Colombia. People, I mean, artists love the crowd in Colombia. They love going there. Like, you should go, man. It's gonna be fantastic. The Colombian people is fantastic crowd.
I love Colombia crowd.
You
like,
should go. Yes.
No,
with one of your bands, Favelas or South.
Favelas opened up for Los Caligaris. They're from Argentina.
Uh-huh.
And most of the people that went to go see Caligaris were from Colombia. And they went nuts for us. And I loved them. They were so cool. And everybody, it was like a whole, it was like a little soccer firm.
Mm-hmm.
The Millonarios. You know what I'm talking about?
I know.
The football club.
The football club
Millonarios.
Los Millonarios.
And-
Not everybody loves them.
And I saw that and I'm like, un saludo a Millonarios. And as soon as I said that, they were
Everybody's
like, yeah. So they went nuts for us. Yeah. And they were really nice. And one guy was like, sign my shirt. And then the other guy, sign my chest. I'm like,
no.
okay.
Sign
And
my
they
butt.
were all from Colombia. And I was like, damn, man, the Colombia crowd is lit, man.
It's
love
lit.
them, man.
I
Y
don't.
también los uruguayos, they were really cool, and
Yeah.
some Argentinos. There was not a lot of Argentinos because the band is from Argentina.
Uh-huh.
And of course, the Mexican crowd was great too.
Yeah.
But that was the first time I got to see a lot of Colombianos because
Okay.
Caligaris is from South America, so I'm guessing they're big in Colombia and South
Okay.
America.
Probably don't know. Don't hear about them.
But
I can tell you some metal bands in Colombia. Do you have any preference in metal in Colombia?
I haven't had the chance to.
Okay, there's Neurosis. Neurosis is
I
a
heard
good
of
one.
them, yes.
Massacre. It's a really
Yes, I
good
heard
one.
of them.
There's a bunch of bands. There is one. It's new. Well, it's not new. I meant is active right now, and they played. They're gonna be on my podcast, hopefully, because they haven't confirmed yet. But they played on the Copenhagen, and they play in different parts in Europe.
That's
And
amazing.
very,
I wish
very
we could
good.
do shows like that, you know.
Oh yeah, I was about to ask you that.
Oh,
Like,
I don't-
there's local scene here, local shows like Riot Fest. Would you love to play someday there?
I would love to play
You right?
anything. Honestly, we're open to play anything. So it's all about, I guess, just really pushing our management to get us out there more, and we could. That's what I'm trying to do the trips.
And check some gigs in Europe.
Europe is huge with metal.
Yeah.
So I think Swedish is like.
Oh, Swedish. Yeah, they play there and in that country. I don't know what festival, but they also play
But
there.
yeah, it seems like it's more like definitely more of the scene over there is very strong. So Europe would be cool, and South America would be cool.
Yeah.
But it's all like it's all just like a slow process for us right now to try to do all that.
But you guys are starting at the beginning. That's how it is. You start composing and writing, and you guys are in the creative part right now. And it's
Yeah.
good to have those stages of, okay, let's take this summer to be creative and to write, to produce. You guys are doing great. Fantastic. Can't wait to
Thank
see
you.
the new work you guys are putting into. What else I can tell you? I was in a show on... When was the show? Oh yeah, I remember that last year you guys were playing on North, and I went to see you. But you were playing with Lollapalooza, with I'm gonna call that, with Favelas.
Oh, Favelas.
You were playing with Favelas.
Yeah, you guys came out to what was it? Bourbon Street.
Yeah, we actually missed corn. Because
Why?
I saw corn before. I'm like, okay, I saw corn before. I know
Okay.
I know how's the drill.
Hey, I
But-
appreciate you missing corn and see us. That's what's up. I love that. I can't believe I would have been like Favela. Nah, crazy.
Yeah. We did.
That's awesome. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate you
We had
guys.
such a great time. Great time.
Appreciate you guys to support you guys.
Yeah.
Throughout the years, I'm just like lost for words, and the fact that anybody gives us a platform to I'm just grateful,
Okay.
to tell our stories and
Yeah.
to promote our new upcoming
Yeah.
songs and stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys
Yeah.
very much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for accepting, man. I thought it was gonna be another Zoom, but it's actually our very first and live podcast. So yeah, I'm very excited about this one particular. Very excited.
It's a little different because it's not on Zoom. We're actually here.
We're actually hearing each other, and we have like a different setup. And I forgot that I have stopped moving and doing weird stuff, and I'm doing it. I feel very comfy
cool.
here.
Yeah. You feel comfortable here? And just,
Yes.
Okay.
And they're starting rehearsing. I don't know. We can fix that in my program that I found, but they were blasting the tunes, right? They were blasting some Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
They were blasting, and I was hearing, oh, it's a cover band probably.
Yeah, they're I think downstairs.
Downstairs?
Yeah. They're downstairs.
So tell me how was like a normal day for you when you turn, like, I know you have a day job as well, like most of the artists, we all have like day jobs. Tell me how's like a normal day for you, a busy one.
Yeah, like I'm a trucker, so I work a lot, sometimes 12-hour days.
Wow.
Today I actually had to ask to leave out early because I didn't want to do this late,
Yeah. Tired and
but
stuff.
yes, I like I was mentioning to you, I've been sober, so I've been using that time to go to the gym, and then I go home and I usually try to write. I write every day, just random things on my notebook, I guess, or diary. I don't know what it is. I guess
Book.
I guess it's like just a notebook that I write my thoughts and random things, and just to keep going with ideas. Whatever phrase and random thing that catches my attention, I write it down and just try to create. I'm always thinking of creating something. So for now, during the week, it sounds boring, but that's what I do, and then
And I guess you have a lot of time driving, thinking, and
Yeah,
your
yeah.
process. And
yeah, and then I come and I practice my instrument, and I come to practice with both bands, sometimes 3 bands, like I said, I play the drums, and that takes up a lot of time, a lot of my time just practicing. Like I say, it's you gotta keep on doing it. If not, you fall off the tracks fast, and next thing you know, you don't sound good. So plus I love it too, so but really that's all that it's been lately. When I was drinking, it was different.
got it.
I would be drinking and blacking out and doing all kinds of
No, blacking out is not good. No.
yeah.
Yeah, you get good sipping, just a little bit.
Man, it was fun
But
though.
when you black, yeah, it's fun. But I mean, for me, that's something, I don't know, because I'm old, but I used to black out a lot as well when I was younger.
Yeah.
I missed the party. I missed it. What happened? I did that. Oh no.
Yeah, it's pretty funny sometimes. But
it was fun.
it's fun, but like I said, it just it becomes an addiction, and it becomes very unhealthy for you. So it was time to take a break. But right now, like, that's pretty much my life. I really haven't really just working on music, working on my health, and and working. So sorry, you guys. I know you guys want to party more and everything, but I will be back.
You don't have to be sorry about anything, man. You're doing great. And so, what your family say about the music or the band that you're doing, or your projects?
They used to hate it, you know. They used to hate it. They used to be like, "What? Are you even getting paid? Like, blah blah blah. Like, you see yourself having a future with this? You would have made it big if you were doing Mexican music or whatever, right?" I'm like, I just don't like that. I don't like it, and I feel like if it's not coming from your heart, then it's not worth it for me, you know.
Why would you do music just for money?
Yeah.
Do reggaeton.
Yeah, you know, but
so bored.
It's like an old school mentality, I guess. You know, like we're always thinking about working, you know, making money, and it's the old school working hard of Mexican people. You know, like, man, let's try to figure out how to make money. This and that. It's just, which is great, by the way.
Yeah, it's like a mindset, you know.
Yeah.
All you have to do is in order to get money.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, with metal, it's not like that. You know, more metal is more out of the heart.
I don't think I ever made any money. I'm way in the negative. I don't know. We never made any money, and we never complained either.
Yeah.
You know, so I think like the only thing that really has helped us lately has been the merch. You know, the merch is what's really paying off. So that's good. But other than that, like for the most part, shows don't really pay us. We don't complain. You know, it's fine. We do a lot of. We have played a lot of donation shows to help out families, help out anything, any costs. We played a show for surgery for a dog one time. Like, yeah, let's do it, you know.
That's so nice.
We're just like we don't really care about that. If we could use our music to help out other people, then we do it. It's great, you know. It feels good, you know. Oh man, this money went to this person that really needed it.
Nice.
We play shows for vendors that were struggling during the ice raids, and we helped. You know, we raised money for that, and we donated all that money.
Cool.
So we're always thinking about other people, you know, and helping out the community, and it's not hard, you know. It's just put in the work. Be proud, and that's it. You know, I think being a good person goes a long way. So,
and it's good that you can help from your art.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be what sometimes parents. I know parents, they want the best for you, and the best outcome of everything for them is when you can get money back, when you can earn money. And we actually made our first theater play in Los Angeles this year, and we didn't get any money back from that. But the good thing about that is the experience, obviously, and the actors were happy with, they loved and that's the main thing about everything is the actors are happy and the actors got paid. That's the most important thing for me. And the actors are very happy about it, and they wanted to work with us again. So they send us another project, and we might probably do it the next year. I don't know, but the experience doesn't fit with other people's beliefs. For example, my cousin, she was like, "But you didn't get any money from that." But where was the investment worth it? I'm just like, I'm not gonna tell her anything because I'm gonna get scolded. But the satisfaction for us was like, we finally made something we direct and we produce. You know, that's the main thing that I earn from all this experience. So it's like same for you guys. The experiences, the public.
Right.
The crowd.
You got to take a chance, even if it backfires, or you didn't meet your expectations, but be proud of it anyways. You know, we've been playing for a long time, and I guess you could say we're still on the ground. We're still playing, and we never changed. We're still doing the same old stuff, and you're still trying as well with your projects. And the whole point is not to give up, I guess, you know. And yeah, sure, there's gonna be some back sets, like you said, you know, but you know, at least you're trying and you're going for it. So eventually, something will bite, you know. So I say so.
Yeah.
If not, then what's the point of doing anything, right? So
Yeah, totally. I just want to double check. Are we okay with the cameras and everything?
No, it's almost out.
Okay, cool. I think we are okay with record. I'm not sure if we're recording from the beginning or we were just sitting fixing stuff and I didn't find out. I'll find out later. Don't worry about it. The other thing that I was about to ask you before we finish our session was so you have some shows coming up in September, right?
No, we got nothing coming
Nothing
up.
coming
No,
up.
unfortunately, though, like I was saying, we're working on releasing just music at the time.
Releasing
Yeah.
music.
So
No shows for now.
no show for now.
But you're still working like a session drummer for your side
Yeah, I'm a session drummer for other projects, but as far as my original bands, we're just releasing music at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure that we'll end up playing before the year ends. You know, both bands.
Mm-hmm.
So looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait. So guys, Voices with Andrea is now everywhere. It's on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Tidal, name it, Pandora, name one.
Apple Music.
There.
Yeah.
Is there. Just look for Voices with Andrea. This is I don't remember, this is the 5th episode, I don't remember. But it's gonna be every Friday. This is the first in-person show we did. I'm excited. Can't wait for the results. Check us every Friday, and thank you for supporting this. Thank you for listening to. I know there's a lot of fans listening to right now our podcast, fans from yours, because we're gonna be collaborating on the social media and stuff. So. A huge shout out for all of you guys. Very amazing crowds. And what else can I say? Anything that you want to ask me? Guys, you can ask me anything, Damian.
I can't think of something. I'm trying to think.
Nothing weird. Please, no, I'm kidding.
No. I'm trying to think, like, if I could ask you.
Yeah.
I guess, like, what will be your main goal with Voices with Andranet?
My main goal? You know what? This year, I was talking to my co-workers in Lollapalooza, and I told them, hey, you talk shit. And I told them, I have a podcast, and it's about music. So they were like, wow, you should have something here in Lollapalooza. I wanted to do it in the future. I wanted to interview one of those metal bands when they have metal in Lollapalooza. I would like to be in the place that I work is at Toyota Den. Is the stage, is like a private stage, more intimate, that the fans have with certain bands. They're also playing in other stages, but they have the private set there, and they kind of like probably 40 people. I don't know, 40 people there. And they play a bunch of indie bands, but sometimes they have like some metal, some rock. And I would like to have the chance to interview one of them. For example, when Lorna Shore played last time, I will definitely love have the chance to talk to them. That's the aim, my aim, to make one episode with public. I will love it.
Yeah, that's.
I know. I'm so ambitious. Yeah, high five because we are so ambitious. And cheers for that.
You have to, and I hope that everything goes great with you. Everything. And one more thing, fuck ICE and fuck Donald Trump. All day, every day.
Cheers. Right, guys. Thank you so much. It was really nice talking to you, having this chat, and hope to see more of your upcoming projects. And let's keep talking.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.